We're on the road with Mickey, we're gonna have some fun. Regardless of the rain or sun, our trip has just begun. So buckle up, let's go, we're about to start the show. And maybe if you like us, you'll see where else we'll go. Hi everybody, I'm Sophie, he's Mike, and she's Brenda, and welcome to On the Road with Mickey. If you're returning for another adventure with us, welcome back. We are so glad you have returned safely. And if this is your first episode with us and you're new here, welcome. It's so nice to meet you, and I'm going to show you the reins today. First up, we have our Cheddar from the Big Cheese, which is basically our Disney news snippets. And then after that, we have our feature topic, which is what we talk about for most of the episode. And then after that, we have our This Day in Disney History, brought to you by me. And after that is our game of Who's Who, and that is brought to you by Mike, my dad. Oh, fair warning, I'm almost never wrong when it comes to this game. I almost always win it. And then after that, Brenda will be giving us a quote from the big man himself, Walt Disney, and it's just going to be amazing. So buckle up, keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the car at all times. Make sure you're safe, fasten your seatbelts, all that good stuff. And we will see you on the road. It's time to get going. Let's go!
Hey everyone, I'm Mike and she's Sophie.
And she's Brenda.
Hi, everyone.
And he's Grogu. And we're on the road with Mickey. This is season 2, episode 31 for August 2nd, 2021. And today we are concluding our look at the Super 6. This is part 2, and we're going to be looking at Goofy, Pluto, and the incomparable Daisy Duck. But first, we want to do a little show rundown and give you some cheddar from the Big Cheese. And I just wanted to say I am so excited because reopening on August 5th is Columbia Harbor House.
Yay!
And that's all I got. That's all I got. So I'm going to let Sophie take the next one. But I'm so excited.
All right. Now, we spoke a little while back about the Disney Fab 50 statues coming to the parks for the 50th anniversary. Well, more details are being released. Daisy Duck, Winnie the Pooh, and Piglet are going to be part of the statue series, and that is the new information.
Awesome.
I'm
And
so
in addition to
excited.
Columbia Harbor House reopening, we have some other restaurants that are going to be reopening soon. So here's that list. Yachtsman Steakhouse, finally, at Disney's Yacht Club, will open on August 5th. Toledo Tapas Steak and Seafood at Disney's Coronado Springs Resort will also open on August 5th. And Pizzafari at Animal Kingdom Park will open on August 2nd today.
Exactly.
So if you're in Animal Kingdom Park, check it out.
Yeah. Get you a
Pizza
slice.
sounds good.
Get you some pizza over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's all the news we have for today. And just a reminder, connect with us. All the links are in the show notes. So that takes us to our feature topic, which is the Super 6 Part 2. And like I said, we're talking about Goofy, Pluto, and Daisy Duck. So, you know, I was going to read the same thing I had just now, which was that we're looking at Goofy, Daisy, and Pluto. But anyway, Mike's brain is a little bit off right now, so
Don't worry,
so
it's
I'm
early
gonna
in the
go
morning.
first, if you want, unless you girls, one of you wants to go first.
I'm cool
No,
with
go
you
for it.
going first.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I have chosen to talk about Goofy. And the reason I'm talking about Goofy is because sometimes I am somewhat goofy.
Yeah.
So I did not know most of this information that I found. And the first thing I didn't know is that Goofy's full name is Goofy Goof. So his
Goof.
last name is Goof. Um, he first appeared in the 1932 short Mickey's Review, and he originally was named Dippy Dog. And originally, he was going to be like a one-time character, like only on once, and that's it. But he was so popular with both the public and the Walt Disney staff that he got his own series of films, starting with Goofy and Wilbur in 1939.
Wilbur.
Yep. Feel free, Brenda, to shout out any of those anytime while we're talking.
I used to love Mr. Ed. Do you even know what that is?
I
Nope.
do. I do.
Okay,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
glad your
Mr.
dad
Ed
does at
was a horse,
least.
Sophie, and he would talk,
Oh.
and
Oh.
he
And
was a
his friend
talking horse.
Wilbur.
Yep. And the way they made it look like he was talking, Sophie, is they would give the horse peanut butter, and he would eat it, and while he was eating it, it looked like he was moving his mouth. So there you go. The way they handled things back in the 50s.
Wow.
But anyway, back on track. His patented, what we call his signature guffaw, was courtesy of Pinto Colvig, who was Goofy's original voice actor and was the voice actor for many years. But that laugh, that signature laugh that he's got, that was courtesy of him, and that was part of what made him so endearing to everyone
Oh.
in the the John Q public, as well as the staff. Was the laugh was what really sold Goofy on being who he is. And I found out that there are several other names that he was known by in addition to Dippy Dog. He was known as the Goof. He was known as George Geef, Gigi Geef, Goofus D Dog, Super Goof, Sport Goofy, Gigi Goof, Goof, Goofy Goof, of course, that's his name, Goofball. He was known as Goofball by Mortimer. So that's, and then getting into a little bit of lineage about Goofy, his parents, his father was Amos Goofy, so maybe his last name really was Goofy. I don't know, but Goofy doesn't work, so Goofy Goof is what it happened. And his mom went simply by the name Ma, and he actually had siblings, Gaffy and Geefy. Geefy was a younger brother. Gaffy was a brother. So, and of course, Goofy's son, Max. Right, Sophie?
Yep, the one that you forgot to put in the show notes.
That's right, but that's okay. And he even at one point dated Clarabelle Cow.
Oh yeah, I knew that.
So, just FYI. And then lastly, I wanted to, that's all the background I've got. But what I wanted to share was how I know Goofy, because, we have the history that's Goofy because in 1932, he's coming up on 80 years old next year, but there's more than just his history. And I know him for character photos, like this one.
I think he's coming up on 90, Mike.
19th. Oh, you're right, 90. Yeah, I calculated wrong. So this one at Cape May Cafe, right?
Cute.
And then this, well, that's Daisy. That's not Goofy. And then this one
I
with
love
Sophie
that
and the ears, and it's just so cool how Goofy knows these things. Goofy saw Sophie's pigtails, and so he was like, "Hey, your pigtails," and he started pulling his ears, and finally Sophie's like, "Oh," and so they started doing it together.
Cute.
So,
That's the only picture that I will ever agree was cute.
oh, it's
That is so
beyond
cute.
beyond cute.
Mm.
And I shared a picture of Daisy that I was going to save for Sophie to show, or I was going to show
Oh, don't
Sophie to
worry.
talk about
She
Daisy.
needs
I'll
a
pull
little
that
bit.
one up a little bit later, though.
Yeah, she just needed a little preview because she needs to get the audience hyped up since she's
Yeah.
fixed.
Exactly. But in addition to character interactions, which are that's to me is where the characters really shine, is in their interactions with the kids. But
Yes.
of course, everyone knows Goofy in his role in Mickey's PhilharMagic for opening the curtain, and when they didn't want him to. um, and if you've been to Disney, you know Goofy's Candy Company, right, Sophie?
Mhm. Oh yeah,
Yeah, we know Goofy's Candy Company way too well.
lollipops like that big.
Yep. And now, over at Hollywood Studios, Brenda, we've got Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and Goofy has a prominent role in that. And over at Magic Kingdom, over in the Fantasyland area, there originally it was known as Goofy's Barnstormer. Now it's, what is it, the Great Goofini or something like that. And,
Hmm.
and
Not
I
quite
think
Goofy's,
that's
sure.
backwards. I think it's the Barnstormer.
it's a Barnstormer now.
I
Okay,
think it used to be Goofini's.
okay,
I I've always known it as the Barnstormer. I
me
wasn't
too.
aware that it changed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. But that was Sophie's first Disney roller coaster, was the Barnstormer,
Yay.
Yeah.
and we loved it, didn't we, Sophie?
Oh yeah.
We
Poor
would ride
Mima
that.
though. I would
We would
drag her
ride
on
it.
that with me all the time.
Well, Meemaw rode it once and said, "No, I don't want to have a heart attack." but
Yeah.
but we rode it before Meemaw. We would ride it. We would ride it, get off, ride it, get off, ride it, get off, and literally like get out and then get back right on and get back right in line. And it was so
Oh,
lightly
that's fun.
traffic that we would ride it like 10 times in like 20 minutes. You know?
Yeah.
Great memory.
Yeah. So, and then um lastly, one last place I know Goofy is over at the Sky School over at
Mm,
California Adventure Park. You know,
yeah.
I love those kinds of roller coasters. So Goofy Sky School, Primeval World, I always liked them. So,
Tickle your funny bone.
hmm
Yeah. Shame that Primeval World has gone away over here,
Yeah.
but I guess that means we'll just have to go back over to California so you can ride Goofy Sky School.
yeah, and hopefully it's still open there. I'm not sure. It's been so long since we've been there. So,
Yeah, that's true.
but anyway, it's still a good place, even if it's not there. Um, So, that's how I know Goofy,
Yeah.
is through the characters and through the attractions and the fun things that we experience at Disney, more so than the movies. But what does the listener think? Where do you know Goofy? Let us know. Leave us a comment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that takes us to Brenda. I'm
No, all
leaving
right.
Daisy for the end.
That's right. Saving the
So
best for last, aren't they? Aren't you, Sophie?
Yep.
So Brenda is going to talk about Pluto.
I am going to talk about Pluto. And you will find it interesting that on Wikipedia, it says that together with Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Daisy, and Goofy, Pluto is one of the sensational six,
Oh,
the
Wait, they
biggest
actually
stars in
added
the
that?
Disney universe. So there's actually a title for the six of them called Sensational Six.
I like the
Oh,
Super Six
wow.
better.
No, I
Yep.
like Sensational Sex better.
No, Mommy came up with Super 6. I like Super 6 better.
Well, Wikipedia, I don't know who comes up with that stuff. But though all 6 are non-human animals, Pluto alone is not dressed as a human.
Mm.
That's right.
Yep. Just so you know.
It does
Ah.
offer a kind of awkward question about whether or not Mickey is walking around a sentient humanoid animal on a leash. It does kind of raise that awkward question, but
On a leash?
well, yeah, he's a dog. He walks on a leash.
Oh, I thought you said
Pluto.
Mickey. Sorry.
Well,
Thought you
she's
said
talking
Mickey, and
about
I was.
Mickey walking Pluto.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. I got you. Sorry about that.
Hi.
Well,
Anyway,
Walt was inspired to create Pluto by remembering the personable pooches he met while he was living on the farm in Marceline, Missouri. Do I say Marceline right?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, good. Because yeah, he was
You want me to ask
inspired by the
Siri?
dogs he used to meet. Yeah, Siri how to
Yeah.
say it. That's funny. Walt dug through many names, but finally, most likely in honor of the headline grabbing newly discovered planet, he decided on Pluto the pup. And he
Oh.
appeared in the 1931 movie The Moose Hunt for the
Okay.
first time. Walt described Pluto as working hard and trying, but usually not succeeding in staying out of trouble.
So Pluto is 90 this year. He's older than Goofy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that Daisy might be the youngest of the 6.
Might be.
Maybe. Maybe. Mickey's best pal is Pluto, of course. Pluto is a pantomime character. His animators express his personality through pure action. But in the Moose Hunt 1931, he actually said, "Kiss me," to Mickey. He crooned "You Belong to My Heart" from the Three Caballeros 1945 and Pluto's Blue Note in 1947. But mostly,
Mm.
Pluto has been kept all dog.
Mm-hmm.
And he is a lot of fun when you're interacting with him at the park, especially McKinley. Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
she kind of gets down and does this kind of dance, and he was all into it. It was so cute, and I
Oh.
have those moments I'm able to capture on film, but I wish I had the video camera just running constantly in case anything happens that you
Yeah.
want to remember forever. But
Yeah.
his interaction, yeah, is awesome at the parks. He's so cute. May 3rd, 1931 was when he came out as Mickey's pet. So he was in a couple of other movies with a couple of other names like Rover, but in 1931 is when he became Mickey's pet, and that's the way he
Mm.
stayed. So
Okay.
it was literally a year and 2 days before that the discovery of the 9th planet Pluto was all over the news. In
Gotcha.
1934, Disney legend Norm Ferguson brought Pluto from minor to major when he gave him a key role in Playful Pluto. And you may remember the classic scene where he's messing with the fly paper. He sits on the fly paper and he's
Uh-huh.
caught.
And it gets all over him.
Yeah, yeah, it's really
Oh.
cute. Very cute. So that's when he became like a major character.
Gotcha.
And Pluto suited up for service along with the rest of Mickey's gang in World War II. Walt said, fighting forces in every sector of the world showered in requests for Pluto to pose for their battle insignia. The patriotic pup appeared in approximately 45 Disney-designed insignia for those outfits that chose Pluto as their official mascot.
Wow.
Ooh.
Disney legend Bill Farmer speaks for both these guys behind me.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Both,
wow.
yep, both Goofy and Pluto.
Bill Farmer is the most recent
Yep,
voice actor for Goofy, and that was 1987, I think.
he is really funny. I mean, he's really fun. He does a lot of voices, but he's a really funny human being. So he does a great job with both of those guys.
Yeah.
You can still see Pluto with Mickey and the gang daily on the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Mm-hmm.
And Luna's favorite episode is the Halloween episode. She's all into Halloween this year. Can't wait for Halloween this year. And he's cheerful and adventurous, and even when he messes up, Mickey can't stay mad at him for long. They are best pals.
Exactly.
Yep. And that's all I can share with you about Pluto.
All right. Looks like it's my turn now.
It is your turn, and you are talking about
Daisy, the absolutely fabulous Miss Duck.
Okay.
And I'm going to start with a little bit of history about her. Daisy Duck first appeared in the 1940 short Mr. Duck Steps Out. She is a stylish prima donna, and she's the girlfriend of Donald Duck and the best friend of Minnie Mouse. Although she often scolds Donald over his anger issues, Daisy has an explosive temper of her own. However, she generally suppresses her eccentricities in an attempt to exude elegance and savoir-faire. This is from her wiki page, which I copy-pasted into some notes that I'll add to the show notes later.
And there's Daisy.
And speaking of being a prima donna, do you actually know that in the 1937 cartoon Don Donald, we saw an early version of Daisy in the form of Donna Duck, who had similar features and a similar personality to Daisy.
Yeah.
So it really fits that she's a prima donna if her name is Donna.
Yep. Yep, that does fit.
As for Daisy's family, of course, there's Donald, but she also has 3 nieces, April, May, and June. Which means that she also has a sister, although I don't know about said sister or what her name is. But that's mainly what I have in terms of Daisy's family. And when it comes to finding Daisy in the park, it's really a treat when you do. She's super rare to find. You only really see her in, like, the special parades that we saw, and Daddy showed us a picture of her in a parade.
Mhm.
And I think the only other time I've seen her, like, in person would actually be at the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. She was in a parade there as well, the Boo to You parade. And she was so cute. I think she was dressed as a witch.
She's so cute.
She's so cute and pretty. I love Daisy so much. And of
Yeah.
course,
She's very sweet.
she's also Mommy's favorite. So that's why I'm talking about her as an ode to my mother.
Yay.
I'm trying to think, what else is there for me to say? She's such a rare character. I wish there was more of her.
Yeah.
For people who
Go ahead.
are waiting with bated breath for character dining to come back, like us, I mean, right now, the way character dining works is the characters are there. You just can't, they don't come to the table.
Yeah.
But during normal times, and even right now, she's there. She's at Tusker House. She's always at Tusker House because that's Donald's safari meal.
Mhm.
So Daisy can be seen at Tusker House, but during normal character dining,
Yeah.
she will actually come to the table and interact with you. And she's so sweet.
Yeah. She is amazing and sassy too.
Sassy,
Yes.
super sassy. That's what I like about her.
Ooh. Oh yeah. So what Mommy likes about her too. I personally like her because she's a more muted version of Donald. She doesn't get temper tantrums like Donald does. Donald, if you make him angry enough, he'll break out the fists and start wanting to fight you.
Yeah, she's way too reserved for that.
Yeah.
She's ladylike.
She's a lady. She's elegant.
Yes.
She is.
All right.
She is.
Well, I'm trying to think. Is there anything else I want to say about her? I unfortunately didn't get very much about her.
It's okay.
Yeah. Sorry, that's all I really have to say.
Okay.
Yep, that's great. Thank you.
Of
Yep.
course.
I know she appreciates it.
Yes,
Yeah, she is
definitely.
the best. She
All
is the
right.
best aside from Mickey and Minnie and Donald. Well, no, she's better than Donald. Never mind.
They're
Woo.
all super sensational.
Yes.
They are.
Yes. Well, I am going to wrap us up on our feature topic then. And
All
I
right.
am going to have Sophie just segue right into this day in Disney history for
Of
August 2nd.
All right, then. Well, I have two bits of Disney history for
Okay.
August 2nd, and they both happen on the exact same day in 1995. So, in 1995, there was a hurricane, and his name was Irwin, and he was the fifth named tropical cyclone and the second hurricane for the unusually active 1995 Atlantic hurricane season. And due to the early morning threat of him, Walt Disney World would open late at 11 a.m. instead of the regular 9 a.m. for the Magic Kingdom at the time.
Okay.
But they did open, so that's a good happy ending.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
I'm very happy about that because I don't like it when Disney doesn't open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, over in Aspen, Colorado, 36 Disney executives gathered for the next 3 days to brainstorm ideas for a second Anaheim-based theme park to be built right next to Disneyland. The result will be a
Wow.
plan for Disney's California Adventure.
Nice.
Yay.
And that's all I've got.
That's
That's a
cool
lot.
though.
Yeah.
That is cool though.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
on my side of things, it is time for
Uh-oh.
our Disney Who's Who character.
I'll try to take my time with this since this episode is getting a little bit short.
Stump the Soph. You know that
Stump
it's
the
not going to
Soph.
take her but a minute.
Well, I don't know. I think we're
I
gonna
said
see. I'm
I
kind of
said I would take
curious.
my time.
Yeah, but no dead air.
Yeah, you're right.
Putting on my glasses, turning my book so that you can't see it.
Good idea.
Okay. Like every character it seems I come up with, this character is headstrong and independent.
That could
Headstrong
be
and
so many
independent.
people.
Exactly. This character's relationship with her mother is strained. And this character, despite her distaste for cultural customs, this
Merida.
character is not totally willing to disregard the myths of her land.
She got her.
Merida. At first, my only reason for hesitating was because I was like, didn't we already do Merida?
No, the date wasn't written in my book, so
Yeah. So I was like, Merida. It's gotta
Very
be Merida.
good.
okay. Well, you're right. It is Merida. Um, did you know? I have two pieces of did you know,
Yeah.
and they both are very interesting to me. One seems more interesting than what you might be into, but Merida has more than 111,700 hairs on her head.
Goodness gracious.
If her hair were straightened, it would reach down past her knees.
Oh
Wow.
wow. I do think I did know that.
And did you know throughout the movie, Merida wears a total of 22 different costumes and has 5 different hairstyles.
I
Wait,
didn't
what?
realize that.
Does this
22
count?
different costumes and 5 different hairstyles.
I did not realize that at all. I've always pictured her wearing either the same, her regular dress, or the dress that she won the archery tournament in. That's 2. What are the other 20?
Well, I don't know.
You have to
Gotta
watch
go
the movie again to see. I know the
Wow.
one with the thing over her head that was really tight.
Yeah, that was the archery tournament one.
Yeah. So anyway,
Well,
22 and 5. That's a
wow.
lot of costumes.
Yeah. It's worth watching the movie again just to see how many costumes.
Yeah,
That's a
count
Yeah.
the
great movie.
costumes. Count the costumes.
Yeah. Great
Well,
movie. Great job, Sophie. As
Thank you.
always.
yeah.
All right.
So, not a stump the Soph hard one
No.
today. I
Mm-mm.
don't know. I must be finding hard, running out of hard ones to pick.
I'll
Good
get you
luck.
another book, and I won't read it this time.
No, that's okay. All right. So that takes us to a little bit of Walt.
A little bit of Walt. I
Brenda?
found this quote in a book that I have about Walt.
Mm-hmm.
How very fortunate we are as artists to have a medium whose potential limits are still far off in the future. A medium of entertainment where, theoretically at least, the only limit is the imagination of the artist.
Nice. Nice. Read it again.
How very fortunate we are as artists to have a medium whose potential limits are still far off in the future. A medium of entertainment where, theoretically at least, the only limit is the imagination of the artist.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is a great quote. I love that one.
When you think of
Yeah.
how talented those artists are, oh my gosh,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and what they were
Yeah.
able to do that no one had ever done, and how
Yeah.
he could find them. I mean, it's just a
Right.
miracle.
It
Right.
is.
And
Imagine.
the connections between this person knew this person who was like, hey,
Yes.
over here at Disney they're hiring,
Yes.
or this person would be in one, like we saw in the Nine Old Men, this person would be in one aspect of something, and then they would say, Disney would send them over to go talk to this guy,
Yeah.
and say Walt sent you,
Yes.
to
I think a
and
lot of
and
them are
spoofed him. Yeah.
involved with Cal Arts. I think a
Yeah.
lot
Yeah.
of them are involved with Cal Arts, but yeah, they recommended their friends because he was looking for good artists, and that they
Yeah.
were in art class together. So
Yeah. So
All
awesome.
right.
Got so much done. It's
Yeah.
wonderful.
Well, is there anything else we want to add on to this episode to make it a little longer?
no, it's okay.
All
It's okay.
right.
They're not all an hour and a half long.
Yeah. And maybe our viewers are thankful for that.
They might be. Coming up next week, we were talking about it, and we are going to do our top 5 Disney shows at the parks.
And
So
before
we're
you
not talking
say-
about TV shows. We're not talking about TV shows. We're talking about shows you see when you go to Walt Disney World or Disneyland or something like that.
Yeah.
And you know what? Just to make it interesting, I am going to throw out the old past or present line. So if you have something that you really like that ain't there no more, sorry for the bad English, then feel free to include that. Okay?
Good thing more shows have come back, though.
Yeah.
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 All right. So, sound good, girls?
Sounds good.
Grogu, do you agree? Is it a good show topic? Okay, it's a good show topic. That's all that
He's
matters.
nodding. He's nodding.
If he thinks it's good, then that's all that matters. So, all right. Well, thank you all for joining us, and we will see you next week. We hope you all have a great week, and we will
See you
you
on
on
the
the
road.
Road.
bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.